this third lesson, we're going to divide this up into two parts. So for the first part, we're going to just do basic division. For example, when I'm given a polynomial, it means many terms, and I want to divide it by that monomial, that one single term, I'm going to take that monomial and divide it into each term of that polynomial. Basically, all I'm doing is simplifying. I'm using those rules of excellence that we learned at the beginning of the year and actually applying them to something. So you've technically kind of already done this. All right. So if I've got 16 x to the 6th minus 12x to the 4th plus 4x squared, and I want to divide that by that 4x squared, I'm going to take that polynomial, like I've just rewritten it, and I'm going to divide each piece by that monomial. Alright, so now here comes my rules of exponents. I'm going to look at each piece individually. So the first one, I've got 16x to the 6 over 4x squared. I'm going to divide 16 divided by 4, which is 4. So 4 can go into 16 4 times. Now I've got x to the 6th over x squared. Rules of exponents, quotient rule, 6 minus 2 is 4. So x to the 4th. It's positive, so it stays up top. Alright, then I'm going to move to my second section. Negative 12 divided by 4 is 3. So negative 3. Then I've got x to the 4th over x squared, and 4 minus 2 is 2. Positive means stays on top. Alright, then I'm going to move to my last section. If you'll notice, 4x squared and 4x squared are the exact same thing. So if you see that, the same thing over the same thing, this right here, that is always 1. For just like if I had 3 over 3, that's 1. If I had x over x, that's 1. Anything over itself is 1. There we go. Alright, on top of page 10, we've got trinomial divided by monomial. So I'm going to break it up into each part. And if you'll notice, these get a little bit bigger in terms of variables. The last example just had an x. These have x's and y's. Now, I have seen where if you're given that problem, not rewriting the top, but just taking what I'm dividing by and writing under that original problem. Same thing, however you want to work it. Alright, so I'm going to look at my first one first. Makes sense. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Then I'm going to look solely at the x's. I'm going to go piece by piece for each little section of monomial. X squared over x, 2 minus 1 is 1, so that leaves me in x. Now I've got y over y. 1 minus 1 is 0, so those cancel out. We just said anything over itself is 1, same case here. Y over y is 1, but there's no point in me writing the 1 because I've got other stuff. Alright, so now I'm going to look at the second piece. 12 divided by 6 is 2. X squared over x, 2 minus 1 is x. Y squared over y is still just y. Alright, last piece. 3 divided by 6 is 1/2. So now I'm getting into where I might have a top and a bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the 1/2. So I've done that. X over x cancels out. Anything times 1 is itself, so I'm not going to rewrite it. Y squared over y leaves 1y. So I'm going to have y on top. Now, if you don't want to write the 1y, perfectly fine, but if you want to just leave it there, that's fine too. Alright, third example. If you want to try this one on your own, go ahead and pause it and try it. Alright, so I've got trinomial divided by polynomial, so I'm going to rewrite it over each piece. I'm hoping you noticed that the top of this, what we're dividing, wasn't in standard form. Hoping you noticed that. Alright, now now I'm going to go through and divide everything. So 25 divided by 5 is 5, and b squared over b squared cancels out. So I'm going to have a 1, and 1 times 5 is just 5, so I'm just going to leave it at just 5. All right, move on to the second one. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and I've got b to the 4th over b squared, so 4 minus 2 is 2, so that leaves me with b squared. Then if you'll notice the very last piece, I've got the same thing over itself, 5b squared over 5b squared. So that is going to cancel out and leave me that 1. Now because the whole thing cancels and I'm not left with anything, in that case I have to write the 1. Alright, if you look at your answer now, it is not simplified. First of all, it's not in standard form, and then I've got a 5 and a minus 1 here. I can combine that again. So 3b squared comes first because it's my highest exponent. Then I've got 5 minus 1, which is 4. Now, if you've noticed at the original problem, 25b squared and minus 5b squared, you could have simplified that first and had 20b squared. That would have saved you this step here because you've kind of already taken care of that at the beginning.